From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. Temperatures have been trending downward over much of the western U.S. after peaking late last week and over the weekend. However, a much bigger downward step is in store later on this week, and it will include accumulating snow for some areas and heavy thunderstorms for others. AccuWeather senior meteorologist Chad Merrill said that last week's 100-degree reading on the 10th, tied as the third earliest date in the calendar year that Phoenix had hit the century mark. The earliest 100-degree reading was on March 26, 1988. Highs trended downward through the 90s over the weekend at Phoenix, and after more days with highs in the 90s, through midweek, another big drop in temperature is in store, with highs projected to be in the 80s on Thursday, but only in the 70s as the weekend gets started. Similarly, where tens of thousands gathered in the heat for the first weekend of Coachella, near Palm Springs, California, temperatures reached 100 there on Friday and Saturday, with Sunday only slightly cooler. Those heading to the festival next weekend may encounter gusty showers and thunderstorms Friday before highs more typical for mid-April are in store for Saturday and Sunday, with sunshine and temps in the mid-80s. Many areas just inland of the Pacific coast in Southern California had one of their warmest stretches for the calendar late last week. As Merrill said, the Burbank and Pasadena areas had their fifth warmest April 9th through the 11th on record, with an average high temp of 85. Temperatures trended into the 70s over the weekend and will further cool this week, with highs mainly in the 60s and projected to be near 60 by Friday. As a big dip in the jet stream develops from today through Friday, locally drenching and gusty showers and thunderstorms will erupt from portions of Montana and Idaho to California and Nevada. Now, because the recent warmth may have warmed up the snow cover on the higher elevations, it may be prone to rapidly melting when combined with downpours from thunderstorms from Wednesday to Friday in some locations. This includes the Sierra Nevada, where short-run streams and rivers already swollen from the spring thaw could surge to dangerous and possibly damaging levels. Any of the thunderstorms that erupt could become briefly severe with damaging wind gusts and hail in a few locations. Gusty winds will kick up ahead of the temperature drop from the deserts to the southern plains, where they could cause dust storms and raise the wildfire risk. Later in the week, as the colder air settles in, gusty winds are also in store along the Pacific coast, especially over the mountains, the passes, and the canyons. The pattern will begin today over the northern Rockies, then progress southward over much of the west on Thursday and Friday. Meanwhile, Denver set a record high temp on Friday with a high of 86. By Thursday night and Friday, it will get cold enough for snow as a storm drops southward over the Rockies. Several inches of snow are forecast to fall over the northern and central Rockies, the Tetons, and Wasatch Range, and slippery travel over the passes is likely. As the pattern evolves this week, low clouds and fog along the Southern California coast, from Santa Barbara and Los Angeles to San Diego, will become more noticeable, longer lasting, and widespread. That's all for now. You can find more regional forecasts and science-based articles at AccuWeather.com, and for your local forecast at your fingertips, download the AccuWeather app. Enjoy the rest of your day, be safe, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from AccuWeather.